All right, Marcy, it's the last class, so give it to us.
Wait, let me find this thing here. I
Take
need
your
I
time. Like I was saying, I just want to give it up for everybody who's stuck through this eight,
I
nine
need
weeks. You
I
know, that's a real testament, to commitment and to just giving time and investing in yourself.
Appreciate you, good brother. Thanks for putting this together. Thanks for hosting. Yeah, thanks for expanding everyone's consciousness, providing a place for us to come together. It's been a beautiful thing. So yeah, much deep appreciation for you and everyone that's been participating. It's been an honor.
Thank you.
And amen. Ashe.
Oh my God, this ain't working. It wanna work, but it's no.
Hey, I changed the words to this song. It's about getting in the light. I'm a sweet, sweet lady, and I don't do nothing shady. Oh, people walking around with their pants hanging down. You gotta get in the light, the lights. Do, 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 get right. Woo! Do, 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 the light. Do, 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 get right.
Oh boy.
Boogie down, down tonight. You can boogie down, down tonight. You can boogie down, down. Let's groove tonight on our last class tonight. We're gonna get it right. I thank you, my baby Pankaj. Oh, and let this groove get you to move. It's alright, yeah. Alright, woo.
That's for my lights.
I know a place. Ain't nobody crying now. Ain't nobody worrying, y'all, about the smiling faces that's lying to the races, y'all. Come on and help me, y'all. I'll take you there. Can you say, come on and help me, y'all? I'll take you there. Come on and help me, y'all. I'll take you there. Come on and help me, y'all. Come on and there. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree?
Come on.
I travel the world in 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Don't you let them, y'all. Some of them want to be used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Ooh. Some of them want to be abused. Oh, hey, hey, hey. Oh, oh, loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. Do, do, do. Thank you.
All right, Marcy. Thank you. Let's give it up for Marcy. You should get on your own Facebook Live or something and just rock out every night. You know what I mean? People will start,
He keeps telling me that.
soothed by the sounds. I had to hook her up on the like Facebook Live or something.
She ain't trying to do it. You know how many people say that to her and she won't do it.
She can't get her. I was wondering if she was going to stop you. I thought it was the whole hour.
She went from one to the other.
So thank you, Marcy. We started off with rhythm. We ended the journey together with the rhythm. And how's everybody's rhythm going? How's everybody in the flow? I've been just exhausted lately. I don't know about anybody else, but I've been really tired. I've been really going and need a nice little break. And again, I appreciate everyone for sticking it out for 8 weeks. 8-9 weeks, whatever we've been doing this. It's really really commendable. You just gave your free time and you invested in yourself and you put in the time and you showed up every week, and if you didn't show up, you watched the videos and you stuck with it. So very commendable. When I don't know what to say, I always turn the mic to give the mic to my wife. So that's hoping I will ask her to add, because she's also, I have to give her a lot of respect and appreciation, because I was just joking with her in the beginning saying, you're going to do this with me, right? Not thinking she would take me seriously, right? She's like, cause y'all just messing with her. But she actually dove in and she stuck with the practice of meditation. So I have to give it up for her. She's gorgeous.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Ruby. Yes.
So what are some of the benefits you've experienced, or what is, you share us just a little about our experience, or how has it helped you at all or anything, or no?
Yes, it did. And I was, I think one thing, I got committed, So I used to do on and off, but meditation practice, I started doing it. And I think it helped me day to day, just release all the tensions, sometimes it's work or something else, So got very peace, and I had time. Now I have time, lot of time, because both of our boys are out, so I have nothing to do basically in the evening, so it's good for me. It's me time, and learning is always good, and I'm glad I did it. He mentioned, and I was like, okay, what's wrong, let's have and do it. So grateful for all the classes, and grateful for the teacher. So thank you. And sometimes being a partner, you think, wow, you will do it or no, but I didn't took for granted. I was like, okay, let's do it. So with my honesty, I did it, but I'm happy, I'm grateful, and it helped me for sure. Thank you.
All right, thank you. What about anybody else? What's been going on with you? How's it, how do you feel, where you're at, what's unfolding for you in your experience?
Well, I have something to say.
All right, just come up a little louder, Marcy.
I've been, I do my regular meditations, but working on this, I'm being more focused and being consistent and doing it 3 or 4 times a day as opposed to twice a day. And it has some good things that have been coming up for me so far as performance and good. It's just been really good. These whole 25 or 29 days now that we've been going through this, and it's just staying really consistent and happy, even with the things that's going on. There's some difficult things happening, but just staying focused. That's why. And I love you all, this family. Just looking forward on every Thursday. So I love you all. Peace to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcy. And before I forget, also, I'm going to be sharing this with another group of people, and they've opened it up to everybody else. So I'll be sending out an email in October. I think October 12th is going to be the presentation, but the week after October 12th, either be on a Tuesday or Thursdays, I'm going to do another 6 weeks and take another group through it. And if anybody wants to go back through it, the work again, or know somebody that might be interested in it, you'll be able to share that email with people when I send that out. So you'll be able to continue up until before Thanksgiving. You're going to hit the holiday season at a whole different level.
Yes.
Yes.
That sounds good.
What is that? No, that's alarm. Okay. I'm in a different surrounding here. I'm at my brother's house, so. All right, what else? Let's hear from some people. Thank you, Marcy. And I'm also on day 39 of the program, of the abundance program. So tomorrow I've completed 40 days after not doing it for so long. So I appreciate all of you for holding that group energy, and by being here with you, like I've been more committed to the practice as well. And I started doing the second meditation. I started doing the 10-minute thing because, like, you can always give yourself 10 minutes. So you start doing 10 minutes for a while, then it turns into 15, then it turns into 20, and then you just get used to it, right? But 10 minutes is like the entry point. It gets you convinced that you can do it for 10 minutes, So I had to start using that 10-minute trick on myself for the evening because I kept on missing the evenings. I'm like, all right, just sit down for 10 minutes. So I'm starting to use that same kind of like, okay, 10-minute thing for the evenings now to get me to do that second meditation. So everybody has 10 minutes.
So I'll share. Last week was very busy, but no, I'm sorry. It was very productive. However, it was my first time traveling in a while, and my whole rhythm was off. And I could tell the difference. I missed a day. Okay. I missed a day of just giving myself and staying in that 10, 15 minutes and staying in that rhythm. And I felt it. And so how did I feel it? I literally just felt off. Not bad, not down, but just kind of off. And I said, okay, I gotta, reel it back in. I was with my grandson. He's 3 years old. Oh my gosh, just energy beyond anything that's humanly possible. And excuse me. And I was exhausted, a good exhaustion, hanging out with him. But I realized then that I have to be determined no matter, right? Because I'm an empty nester. So my place is quiet. I can sit out back. I can go for a walk. I can, there's just a lot of freedom and nothing to disturb that. And so last week was a good lesson for me in terms of just, it's not going to be that tranquil and easy for me to fall in. Oh, that's the other thing, is that I fall into that state a lot quicker with the practice, right?
Yeah. And
you're right, that 10 minutes is just the entry, because 20 feel real good now.
Right.
Had a great week. Just looking at things from abundance, not like a miraculous fall out the sky abundance. It was just plentiful, little things that happen. I don't know. I was sharing with a friend, and I think she was thinking like just big miraculous stuff happening. No, it was just pleasant, some refunds here that I wasn't expecting. Bills wiped out because they were done in error. It was just a variety of little things. So anyway, that was my week. And it's been so good. So please note my name because I want to be in the next group.
Okay, yeah, everybody's on the email list. You'll get an email for the next group. And she's in Texas, by the way. That's why it's not as dark. It's not as dark out there as we are. And one thing I think about the analogy is like every time you like blowing up a balloon, right? And every day you do that practice, you're putting a little puff in there. You're getting a little bigger, a little bigger. And then once you stop the practice, it's like when we talked about like Stephen Rodriguez talked about commitment. I mean consistency, which is commitment to me too as well. It's like when you stop, you let air out the balloon. You know what I mean? And then you got to start blowing back again. So it's like your energy field, your everything is constantly growing and clarifying. And then you stop the practice, there's some contraction. It's letting air out the balloon. Then you got to start puffing again. Get that little puff. You get a little bit more, a little bit more, a little more. And that little consistency and that commitment to the consistency, the energy field starts to grow. You become an attractive force. The greater your energy field expands, the more abundance and the more goodness comes into your life. And if you notice, when I went over my goals, right, none of them entailed money. I was looking over that. I said none of my goals had anything to do with money, or I'm going to make this amount of money, or anything like that. Doesn't mean yours can't. But just for me, like that wasn't even what came up when I'm asking what is my highest and wisest goals for me to focus on. It had nothing to do with money or increasing the, but like before I started the course, when I rated myself and I took my inventory and I gave myself a 5 out of 10 on mental, physical, spiritual, I gave myself a 10 financially. You know what I mean? That was the one area that I got a 10 on. The other areas I was kind of like, 5, 6, 7, whatever. So just understand that, wealth is money, but wealth is not just money, It's just one piece of the pie. Jerome, what's going on? Things blowing up for you yet? You're
It's
such a busy
crazy.
guy.
It's crazy. You know what's funny is I have 5 coaching calls a day, and I just can't believe the week is what it is. Yeah, the transformation is kind of overwhelming at times because I remember when I begged for stuff like this, and now it's like every time I turn around, there's a new opportunity, and it's like, well, what is the right opportunity? Instead of, are there any opportunities? Which opportunity is the right one? And we've been focusing on getting, the right signals and getting indications on where we should be going and what we should be doing. And it just keeps coming and keeps happening. I remember making 2 purchases last month, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for this. And by the end of it was earlier. It was last week, late last week. It was like, oh, yeah, no worries. And I didn't know I was gonna pay for it when I did it. So, yeah, man, it's crazy.
And then, like me being on day 39, even though tomorrow's day 40, I just like you inspired me to just continue with the practice. Just continue. Don't, because I would do 40 days and I'd be like, oh, I'm done 40 days and I'd stop, the abundance program. So your commitment also inspired me to just keep it going, So thank you for that. And thank you for being here and showing up. Mr. Rodriguez, what's going on with you?
Hi, everybody. How are you? Things are just going great. This book is only 122 pages, but it packs a punch, It's got a lot of good content. I remember reading in the earlier chapters, which is, you hear this from every personal development guru or mentor about journaling and how important it is. So I noticed that I have a book that's thicker than the actual book to write in, and I noticed all the different practices and steps, for first time reader to this book. It was a lot, and I understood it, but it was still a lot and just new. So I do want to be in the second class that you do start up for definitely. But what I did is I figured Well, it looks like they're giving me the steps and the different names of the processes and steps. So let me just write them out, because for me, I have to write it all out. So I will literally go to chapter 2, go to the last page, write those steps down, then and then itemize it. So in my journal, I can go to like, okay, I want to go to the discovering yes and no signals. It's on page 16, and then go to my book. And then I go that route. So for me, that's the only way I can learn this stuff, so that when I don't have my journal or my book and I'm laying in my bed or my sofa, I could shut off Netflix and be like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I notice I do the yes and no, like I'm even doing that with my food. Like I could be driving and whatever thought that ponders in my mind, um, I'm automatically like going like this, or I'm going no, like swipe left, and it's really kind of cool that I'm doing that, because even though I was doing something, I just never put a body movement to it. And though I don't know if I'm really finding that, I'm noticing that I have to, I'm realizing that, wow, I didn't meditate as often as I thought I was. I would definitely find myself in a relaxed state a lot, but this is really kind of helping me outline things a lot better. And I think that's really cool. And this talks about health, wealth, and I'm noticing in general, it's not just the financial wealth that we get, it's the abundance and maybe the optimizing the spiritual awareness or optimizing my mental faculties. There's the wealth, and things are naturally coming the way I need it to come. For example, my daughter is a 26-year-old senior graphic designer, and in my vision, like actually for a long time, I'm like, oh, we're going to probably be doing business together at some point, but I'm not going to push it. And I was just thinking about it like 3 days ago, and last night she was over and she asked me, hey, Dad, you want to come into the office? I could use some of your help. And there I am all day with her, doing stuff with her. And it was something I wanted to manifest for a decade, for 2 decades. When she was 3 years old, I visioned her and I working as in the business area as well. It wasn't just soccer with her. It wasn't her just being a soccer state champion and playing soccer with her in co-ed games over in Marlton, New Jersey. It was more like, wow, I'm doing that with her in soccer as an old man, and she's a 25-year-old, and now I want to do with business. And then it just pops up like magic. And I have a feeling that it has to do with this book. It has to do with the law of attraction. I'm also just recently signed up for, which is really neat because I'm in the software industry, but I just decided to sign up to get certified as a health and life coach, which is a totally new thing. That's like new. That's like 3 days old. So I took a class for the first time after 20 years of not taking a class. Here I am taking class and studying for the first time. So I owe it to this book. I owe it to meeting the men's group. I owe it to all the things that are going on. And it's just blowing my mind. I'm like in total excitement. The vibration in me is really high, and I'm just attracting these things. I'm like, and I'm so grateful. And I kind of really find myself respecting myself and respecting those that are in this Zoom, because it is an 8-week program. How often do people get together for 8 weeks and stay with it? It's hard. And it's funny because you think about it like, hey, it's just getting together for an hour a week. But to stick with the commitment it seems hard in the beginning because like, I gotta like, I might have to comb my hair today, or, because someone's gonna be looking at me through Zoom. And just to be here. And then after a while, I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I look like. It's just the fact that I respect the people that are joining every week, and I respect myself. I deserve to be here. And so I just want to thank everyone for allowing me to be part of this group, and to see the openness, especially today when I plug in and then someone's singing. I'm like, oh my God, someone's singing here. Great. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
If you take requests, let me know.
Thank you.
So the men's group is the group that I'll be going to give that presentation to on October 12th.
Oh yeah, I
I'm,
think I'll be joining that group. I
I'm
didn't tell Rob yet, but
at my
I'll keep
home.
up.
So, and then they'll be the ones that will be doing the second round. And it'll be good for you because you kind of got the book late and then you kind of was playing catch up and you're a little bit, discombobulated. So this way you'll be able to take your time and start fresh from the beginning and just build, even though you've got to have the advantage from being a part of this group, and you have a major advantage.
Yes.
So thank you for
You should
that.
keep repeating this. Oh, when you get over 50, repetition is always key, right?
Right.
But wow, this stuff doesn't sink in unless I go over it like 6 or 7 times.
That's true. Repetition is the mother of learning, as my ninth grade teacher taught me.
Yes.
One other thing I had when I went on my when I wrote about my goals last week or shared about the options to one of my goals and had dancing in it, and I said I'm working on that one. Well, I manifested a group of 7 guys, including myself, 7 men dance group in Bhangra, which is like an Indian folk dance with very high energy, very fitness intense, and a very hard dance of India. And we're starting our first gathering on this Sunday. And like I didn't have a dance floor or anything like that. All manifested and completed itself yesterday. So it's just how things will line up very faster. And then as your vibration gets more and more attuned and more higher, your thoughts start manifesting at a much faster. The law of attraction works on a whole different level. Things just happen on a much more rapid level. And your ability to synthesize information and to just know things without knowing them, like without, really knowing about them, but to know things is just like intuition. It starts getting faster and faster. You just know what's right.
I agree. There's also there's a trusting to the universe. It's taking care of a lot of things automatically. And when you start trusting that the universe is going to bring it to you, it's already there. And that's really awesome because we're keeping ourselves in such a good vibration. And when that happens, it's one thing to visualize things over and over again and write it down. But when that dream starts unfolding in your real life, it's even better. I was walking around with a big grin in my daughter's office. I'm walking around I'm hanging up pictures and just hanging out with her. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is way better than I even visualized it. Just it's way better to play soccer with her in a real game, co-ed soccer with referees, than in my brain and in my mind. It's just so much better. And then when you get hooked on that, you want to keep manifesting in bigger and bigger things, but you also you trust that universe. It just brings it to you. All of a sudden you're like, okay, let's do this.
Right.
Oh, so wonderful.
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Joanna, I'm just picking people tonight. I'm not even giving you chips. Okay.
Yeah. So where I am with things, I was reading chapter 11 and 12, and which was about anger and forgiveness. And I totally agree with the fact that when you still have that in you, it kind of cuts you off. You pinch yourself, you pinch your faucet of well-being. So that makes sense to me. And I love the 4 sentences that you say in your mind about someone that you have angry feelings towards. It kind of reminded me of that Ho'oponopono prayer. I don't know if
Ho'oponopono.
are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
So yeah, it reminds me of that because it's, essentially same thing. You're sending love and you're receiving love. So I love that. And it's funny because when I'm reading these chapters, sure enough, something comes into my experience that I have to face that's been kind of around for a long time, but it was kind of, quiet for a while, and it all has to do with forgiveness.
Yeah. No, thank you for bringing that up because that's what we were going to talk about today, the managing the flow chapter and the managing flow. And that gives us that 4 statements of, I give you my love, I give you my heart. I receive your love. I receive your heart. And if you think about anybody you have any kind of difficulty with, or you can't stand, or you're angry with, you know what I mean? That how anger, it talks about like anger cuts us off from the flow. It shuts us off from this flow that we're in. And to get back in the flow, we got to dissolve the anger. And then you just think of somebody. I tried this last night when I was reading it. I was like, wow, because there's somebody I had a real difficulty with my son's school's principal that I had a real interaction with, you know, because he wants to vaccinate everybody in the school. And I'm just, you know, we don't want to be a guinea pig, you know. And it's nothing against people who do, but you know, that's just, we didn't want to be a test, you know, a lab rat, you know. Sorry for saying that. And I just had to, you know, I had to surrender, and because they're, you know, they were giving me no ultimatum, like either like withdraw, you know, and he's a senior in high school, you know, he's been here, he's built up, he's getting ready to go to college, he's, you know, he's worked very hard, so they're like either withdraw or he has to take the shot. So I just had to, you know, pray about it and just know that he's going to be fine. And but last night I used this on that principle that I can't, you know, that I really want to, you know, violently aggress, you know what I mean? But I give you my love, I give you my heart. I receive your love, I receive your heart. Just doing that a few times, you know, help to dissolve and let go on a deeper level any residue or anything that I was still holding on to, you know.
Mhm.
And I can constantly come back to that. And these four statements are so powerful. And dissolving the anger and not letting anger be a block, because anger is that mote in your eye. Anger is that huge thing that blocks our good, you know, and it lowers our vibration. And what happens, one of my teachers used to always say, mentors used to say, you make the most stupidest decisions when you're angry. Nobody makes a really wise decision, a smart decision when they're angry. They usually like, and anger, we hurt ourselves more than we hurt the people that we're angry at, usually. You know, a lot of times, like resentments, which is like a form of anger, you know, it's like I'm stabbing myself, but I want you to bleed. You know what I mean? Like I hurt myself because of my resentment towards you, you know. So resentments is like the root of the word resentments is like resentire, and the Latin means like to repeat something over and over. So if you're thinking about something over and over, there's like a resentment that's going on. If it's constantly in your mind, there's a thought about something, you know, and how much that also is a form of anger, and it's blocking the flow. And this is the key to managing the flow, is like to be free of the anger, to be free of the resentment, to be free of the unforgiveness, you know.
Yep.
All right, thank you, Joanne. We got Sean.
No, I have a question.
Yes.
Thank God.
Hold on one second. Joanne had a question.
Well, actually, my daughter had a little surprise for you. Can she show you
please,
something real quick?
Please.
Okay, so this surprise comes with a little affirmation that we came up with. And the affirmation is, money flows easily to me. And I'm gonna let her show you. Go ahead.
I love it.
So she was supposed to point it to the camera.
It worked.
Rack and stack them again and then shoot them at the camera.
You get the point.
Tell her thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, come here.
She can load up the gun. If she can load up the gun and do it again at the end of the class, we appreciate that again. We get to get that visual
Load it up
one more time. That just.
Hi.
Okay, I'll have her load it up again.
Yeah, if you could load it up before the end of the class, you're gonna shoot it again at us. Just shoot it this time towards the computer.
Okay.
We're gonna feel that.
To the camera this time.
Yes. We're perfect. Thank you. All right, appreciate that, Joanna. I was gonna move to Sean. Sean, how's it going for you? What's been racking up? Are you blowing up or what? Blowing up the scene or what's going on?
What's up, brother? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, you good?
I just got back in from being out, but you know, I vibe with a lot of what Jerome was saying, in the sense of like the amount of opportunities and which is the right one to follow up with, right? I feel like daily, you know, friends and partners and business people that I'm connected with, you know, come with opportunities or things to, grow my abundance and to grow my wealth. And it's, it's kind of getting clear on what's the most, not the right thing, because for me, there's no such thing as right or wrong. It's just what works for me, right? And over the past week, I feel that I've found that clarity, and it's a really cool feeling. And I feel like I found my lane, and for the first time in a very long time, I'm not like grabbing at straws in the sense of like, oh, real estate's going to make me rich, or this is going to make me rich. It's like I finally found something that is just, it was a hobby that has turned now into something that can be truly exponential for my growth and my abundance and my wealth. And happy to share about that offline. I don't want to to take over the call here about that, but no, I just think that going through this, the abundance book, the meditations, has really helped me find that clarity, and it's a very peaceful thing. Than what Stephen was saying, it's kind of like the universe has got you when you finally find that clarity, and it's like you can visualize it, you can meditate on it, but it's so much sweeter when it's actually tangible. And that's one of the old proverbs, right, where it's like the reason why God created the universe so he could taste chocolate. So it's like it's cool not just knowing but then experiencing at the same time. And like, for example, like right before I had an appointment this evening, I got a text message that one of my partners introduced me to some other guy that's that could potentially help with what I'm trying to do. And it's like, talk about manifesting quickly. Like, I've been thinking about it for 2 days, and here it is. So now it's just like, all right, now it's time to do the work, and nothing to it but to do it. So it's really cool that it's here, and I'm gonna do my best and chase it down, and whatever happens. So thank you.
What day are you on in your abundance program?
I had to restart twice. I'm on day 1 today.
Day 1. All right, that's good.
However, I was up at like day 8. And
that's the furthest you got, was day 8 before you had to restart?
Yeah. So
just keep blowing that balloon, man, until it pops.
That's it. Nothing to it but to do it.
Don't let the air out. Keep building it up. All right. Well, that's good. That's what. And the other thing is, even though you fall off, you just kind of get back in there, get back in the game. Start over, and just rush yourself off. And
that's right. No judgment.
No, exactly.
It is what it is. I missed, and I'm gonna keep doing it. So I'm gonna meditate tonight, get my day 1, and then I have an EMM call tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna get up a little earlier and do it before that, and go in nice and clear. So I'll be on day 2 by tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And then I was just thinking about something. What was I gonna say? One night I don't know, forget it. One night I was like, the day went through, and I was like going to bed, and it's like 11 something or 10 something, probably 11 something, close to the next day. Like, you know what I mean? I try to always get it before midnight, no matter what. That's like that thing. I'm like, oh, smack. So I just like sat up in bed real quick and got it in,
Yeah.
Got it in before so, it's wild, but yeah. All right, good. Keep it up. I want to see that day 40 manifest for you, because you're just playing right now. When you really get committed,
I know.
Things are taking off with you just playing. Things are taking off with you just playing, man. But just don't hold back. You're worth it, man. You're worth all of it.
I appreciate that, Pinkash. Thank you.
All right, thank you, brother. Ida.
Yes, sir.
How's it going for you? What's been up?
Well, I don't want to do a repeat, because a lot of what you shared has been my experience. I like to say that when it first started happening for me, as far as abundance and what it looked like, I'm thinking material, material thing. But that's not what's happening with me right now.
Mm-hmm.
There is this overflow in my spirit.
Yeah.
That can't be explained right now. I can't even find the words. But I'm being receptive to it. And it got me to a place that is the material things that important to me now. So I'm 65. So it's not about you know, like getting this and getting that. It's about my transitioning, in this period of my life, and how can I see it overflow and how I exist there? Because I know in my younger days I wasted time. I wasted time. And now it seems like it's so important for me to wake up, like more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know what I mean, like literally wake up. And they say smell the coffee, but like smell the realization of the truth of who I really am. Like, I've been on this journey since Center of Peace almost, and it's still my journey, but it's more profound now because things are like actually happening without me like actually looking for it to happen. Like it's just coming out of nowhere to me.
Yeah.
Like I think my spirit has already been out there for a while, and now it's just being picked up or something, and people are vibing on me, and it's like a overflow. Like I'm being called to do this and do, and it's just I it's overwhelming. It really is. But I am open and receptive to receive this, and I'm excited about the journey now. My journey. I really am excited about my journey now, even in the midst of things, and there's a lot going on. But even in that, it's not shaking my spirit like it would have back then. Like where I stand now, I feel like I'm strong. I've gotten stronger. Um, I'm releasing that fear that I guess used to be there. Um, Fear of not having, like, and all that other stuff. Like, it's just so different. It's just so different. I thank you. I thank you for bringing this.
I really get you, and I really get where you're sharing from. And what you're sharing is why I do what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like to get that, for people to connect with that, because when your spirit starts getting, get to a place of overflowing, and you just start feeling good and start feeling whole, everything else takes its place. Seek ye first the kingdom, all these things will be added unto you. And then you get to a point of like before you even asked, it's already been answered. Things just start showing up. You're living in the flow of life. And but the real key that you shared right in the beginning of what you said about my spirit is overflowing. That's why I do this, to get people. And you talked about waking up.
Yes.
And so to me, that's the most important critical things that I could help and assist people with. And that's why I do what I'm doing more than anything else. More than bank balances, more than anything else. It's that fact of people getting into a rhythm of raising their vibration, raising their frequency, feeling the spirit overflowing within them, and then it can't help but to outpicture itself and manifest itself all around you in different ways. So thank you for being a part of this.
Yes, thank you. Thank
All right, who do we have last? We have Tamika.
you.
I guess good evening or good night, everyone. I've been doing my twice a day 10-minute meditation. Usually my lead-in is my yoga practice.
Mm.
And I'm on day 38 of the Abundance Book Principles. I guess for me, my background or my personality, I'm very low key, so I can't say I've been able to share my vibration with many people because I live by myself and I work from home and I rarely leave my house unless I'm gonna pick up food once a week or grocery shopping. So
But even though it's not even like the interaction, when you go to the grocery store, you go to the gas station, wherever you're at, your vibration is feeding other people and you don't even know it.
yes, it's possible.
It's not possible. It's happening right now. Even like wherever you are, if there's people living around you, they're benefiting from your practice and your vibration.
Oh, I don't know about that the neighbor passed away a few weeks ago at home. So.
That's a part of life too, though. You know, people are gonna pass away. You probably help them transition to a smoother place. Who knows now? But I'm serious though, for real. One thing I had to learn is I always felt like my work at one point had to be out there in the world and had to be interacting with a whole lot of people. And then I realized one day that my work was raising my own consciousness. And by me raising my own consciousness, it didn't matter if I interacted with people or not. I was still benefiting the planet by my own raised consciousness. If I'm lifted up, I draw all unto me. And by you raising your vibration and your frequency, it's assisting the race. It's assisting the people on the planet.
Okay.
Human race. Your system.
But overall, I'm feeling very calm and I'm not being stressed out by the personal things that are going on. So it has been helpful with that.
Now, you talked about doing the meditation practice before yoga. Have you ever tried it at the end of your yoga practice?
Oh, I meant my lead-in is usually my yoga practice. So I do my yoga practice, then I do my 10-minute meditation.
Oh, okay, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, good. Yep. Because also one of the key benefits of this practice, it helps to relax the mind, you know, and when your body is relaxed, that much more does your mind is able to relax as well.
Yes.
So perfect. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, who do we have left there? We have Debbie. Debbie, what's going on? You were kind of feeling a little down last week. Has things changed for you in any way?
Well, yes and no. Like I didn't do a whole lot of studying this week on the book, tell you the truth. I just read the 2 chapters today just to get familiar with the concepts and everything. I'm at my daughter's house watching her 2 dogs while they're away for the week. So the lady who spoke first, I can really relate to that because I live in like a little paradise, quiet, you know, heaven when I don't have any responsibilities. And with her being gone, I have things that I'm not used to. I don't have my altar and I don't have this, that, and the other thing. So I don't get into the same rhythm, but you know, I've been noticing the flow is wonderful. Like, even though I don't feel 100%, like I have a friend that just got COVID and I'm a little concerned for her because she's got bad pulmonary functioning. So that's on my mind and in my heart, which is real, you know, that's real.
Yeah.
And I spend some energy with that, trying to give her some support and stuff. So that's a fact, you know, and that's a vibration that I've chosen to take in. And I think I'm still kind of, I'm feeling that definitely on top of what I was feeling last week. So, but in general, like when I'm sitting here listening to people and being inspired by everybody's joy and everybody's brilliance, let's just say, I'm remembering that actually things are going really well. Like, it's silly things, but my niece is getting married this weekend, and you know, it's a big deal. I've watched her grow her whole life, and I'll see my ex-husband for the first time in a long time too, after like, you know, a 7-year period of being away from him for the most part. So those are big things, and I'm ready for it. I feel ready for it, and I can't pinpoint it on what exactly is helping me be ready, but I know I'm ready. And so thank you for the support. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you to everybody for showing up.
Outside of reading the book, have you been keeping up with the practice itself?
Oh yeah, like, so as I said before, I do this half an hour
really important. I'm sorry.
every morning. Yeah. And what I do is I take that half an hour, then I go right into like 10 to 15 minutes of the money rhythm. I haven't been doing the questioning so much. So that's where I've fallen down a little bit. And I plan to get back on that because I think it's awesome. I feel like this work that I've been doing since we started this class has helped me to listen deeply to the messages that the divine, let's just call it that, is giving me, and like the one mind, right? So it's all kind of becomes one big lesson of learning in my experience. And yes, I would like to do more of the actual practices, but I'm getting a lot out of whatever it is that I'm, doing. So.
And if you want to keep it simple, just a suggestion for your practice going forward was to do the 10 minutes and then spend at least 5 minutes contemplating the statements from the abundance program and do the 40
Yeah, I mean, like that other guy, I only got to like 9 or 10, and then I got to 10 once. but that's as far as I got.
You do nothing else from here. Just do 10 minutes of the vibe of the rhythm, and then 5 to 10 minutes of just contemplating the statement or the principle, right? And just let it
Yeah,
marinate on your mind. I just repeat them over and over, come back to them, and just let it marinate and soak in, and just get the.
yeah,
This is like I get to one energy state while doing the rhythm for 10 minutes, and then when I do then I pick up the principle, and I just get lifted to a whole different place, and it's a very
yeah.
combination of the two.
All
I
right. Thanks
recommend
for
that
the.
to everybody going forward. If you can, if you don't have to really go back and do all the exercises, just do this. And I'm telling you, do that for 40 days and come back to me and see. And if nothing has changed, I'll change my name.
Okay, I
All right.
promise.
All right.
I
Thank you.
will. Thank
Leo,
you.
you're just smiling and shining. What's going on?
What's good, brother? What's good, family? Yeah, just moving and grooving, going and flowing, rocking and rolling, doing my thing. Big day tomorrow. My first official label release comes out. It's going to be on all the major platforms. I've been putting together a promotional video that you've seen, and I've been doing interviews and stuff, and it's just been a lot. So it's been good though. A lot of my like typical day job stuff has like come to like almost a screeching halt, but it's beautiful because if I was that busy doing that other stuff. So I haven't seen a lot of stuff coming in because I'm kind of in the thick of it right now. You know what I mean? Like it's been a beautiful practice. I'm sticking with the meditations. I mean, I've been coming out of Awakened Heart over the last couple of years, doing all the classes there. I've been like steady on my affirmations and meditation game for a minute. I really need to rock with y'all on this 40-day program though. I haven't really gotten a chance to get into that, but yeah, things are good. I mean, I'm feeling like everything is right exactly where it should be, where it needs to be. I got a lot of other stuff that precedes tomorrow, so it's just like get through this week and like kind of refocus into some other things. But yeah, I'm meeting with my mentors. Got tons of music to come out, lots of videos to come out, lots of content overall. So I'm in like a unique kind of position, I feel like, because I've been like an artist and a musician, producer, DJ, like all this stuff like for years, and it's all that I've ever wanted to do like for years. But I would always get hung up on like, oh, but I got to pay these bills, I got to do this, like I got to drive this car, I got to like have the all these material things, and that has just been slowly like just dissolving away over the past couple of years, to the point of where like I bought a school bus and I'm turning that into my home. You know what I mean? Like I need nothing, very little. Like give me like a roof, like some heat and some air conditioning. You know what I'm saying? Little bit, some food and my music, and I'm good. But I've been really letting go of like that need to be like, oh, let me try and hustle in some crypto. Oh, let me hustle some pictures. Let me hustle in some video work. It's just like, well, I can't do like these 10 things to like keep me to whatever status. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, yeah, just bring it. Just give me my music. And like since I've been like letting go of trying to grab money here, there, and everywhere, like I've seen, like an explosion of spirit come through. Like I've realized that I am the happiest in my life when I'm working on music or when I'm working on videos for my music. When I'm out taking pictures, I'm not having a whole lot of fun. Like when I'm like trying to like jump into a crypto trade or like I'm stressed because it's like, it's just so much, you know what I mean? It's like, that's not what I'm here to do. Like I had some money to play with and throw into it. I'm a hodl until it like hits its peak and then I'm gonna roll out. Like I'm not a day trader. I've realized that. So there's been a lot of things that I realized, and it's just like
a lot of insights.
Trying to chase these dollars is exhausting, and it takes everything out of me to do what I'm passionate about. But when I'm doing what I'm passionate about, I'm fired up, and like the world just opens up. Like everything that I need, it comes to me. I have it. It's good. So, that realization has just been so powerful, and I'm just feeling a lot of gratitude. And I'll kind of wrap this up real quick. Again, I've been working on music like forever, and this is like my first official release. And so I was on this website called Beatport, and there's like pre-save links on iTunes and Spotify and all this stuff. but like my name isn't really on there because it's like a release of like a compilation pretty much. But I saw my name on this website Beatport for the first time, and like it got real. Like I got like emotional. I was like, yo, I've been working at this for years. Like people have no idea how much effort and time I put into this, and like it just meant so much more to like see that. It's like, damn, like I'm doing it. Like this is a huge goal of mine. I'm making it happen. So I'm just staying in my flow, just like giving thanks every day, being grateful, staying humble, and just staying focused, eye on the prize, and just letting all the other stuff on the outside just be where it is, because like it doesn't have any room for where my vision's at. So yeah, I appreciate you, brother Pankaj. Thank you so very much. I think I'm gonna hop in that round too, because yeah, I've been loving this, and it is great to meet, once a week, to have this kind of a connection with people. And yeah, I just appreciate all y'all, the energy, the love, the light, the peace, the harmony, the balance, the vibration, the abundance, and the prosperity for all. Love y'all madly.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. That was beautiful. AJ, we're gonna move. We're almost there, but AJ and maybe I see at least 3 other people if they want to share. But AJ, thank you, Leo. That was fabulous. That was the essence right there.
Leo, we're gonna need a little sample of that music, man.
That's what I said. Round 2. He's gonna bring it in round 2.
I'll put the pre-save link in the chat so y'all can go and check it out. Check it out. Drops tomorrow.
Nice. So for me, where I'm at, or let me start over here saying that the journey has been like a roller coaster ride for me on many levels. You know what I mean? There's been highs and there's also been lows. And when I was reading this chapter, because I'm still a little bit behind, you know what I mean, in the plan of action, this one phrase jumped out at me, and it really, really struck me. Sometimes the experiences along the path are more significant than the goal itself. And like, I really needed to hear that, because like a lot of when I get caught up in any type of class or work, I'm always trying to like get to a goal or get to a certain destination. And I really realized that the experiences along these 8 weeks, which has been actually, it could feel short, but feel long, but it was actually really short. And again, like I said, it's a lot of material. And I feel like myself, I've only gone halfway through the book. You know what I mean? Really, like, you know what I mean? I haven't even gotten it. But what I really wanted for a long period of time was a consistency in a meditation practice that I had lost. You know what I mean? I had it back in the day and I had lost it, and I didn't realize how to I didn't know how to get it back. So I noticed that the group energy and the synergy of us coming together, you know what I mean, really kind of kept me like, I got to get it in. I got to get it in. So like, in 1 week, man, I was really on point with my fundamental habit. And then the next week I would fall back off, and then I get back on. So, I mean, I see that journey, like the roller coaster ride, you know what I mean, in the process. For me, you know what I mean? Like right now, like, I wanted to give up a certain thing that was really plaguing me for quite some time. And that was like I had like a real hardcore sugar addiction, you know what I mean? Like daily, you know what I mean? Drinking soda and everything like that. And I didn't know how to like give it up, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know what I mean? This class kind of gave me that process gave me that ability to let it go, you know what I mean, in that process over there. And as you know better than anybody, you know what I mean, how you know what I mean, it goes back into like my childhood, you know what I mean, is that like, you know what I mean, I'm always looking for, you know what I mean, the sweet spot, you know what I'm saying, and always trying to find it in different things. So I mean, I think that's one of the gifts, the consistent meditation practice, and then the ability of wanting to let something go, but not finding the courage to let it go. You know what I mean? And I know it's not like, nothing big, but for me, it is big. You know what I mean? Is that, going and, having that sugar hit every single day was kind of like taking a lot out of me. It was zapping my energy, So in that process, man, you know what I mean? I'm still working on a, action plan right now. That's where I'm at.
I said, thank you. And I got to praise you for being consistent. You showed up every week, and I was like, wow, he's showing up every week. That's great. A lot of times I didn't want to show up, and I showed up, but I had to show up. That's the thing about committed. All right. We have at least three people I see. Does anybody want to share? We'll reach that time, but it's the last one. If you want to just be brief and something, say something, it's really up to you. We'll give you that opportunity. I see at least 3 names.
So Pankaj, I had two things I wanted to say. One was, I felt like I had this golden opportunity for you to help with one of your goals. It came to me that your dancing and music and singing, that we needed to invite you and your family all down to Awakened Heart, and we're going to have a dance party some Sunday. I just was like, because we've been visioning all about music and dancing. I was like, well, let's get together and do it. So you have an open invitation. We can chat about that sometime. So I want you to reach that goal and, expand and be happy dancing and
Thank you.
help us do it too. So that was
Right.
the one thought that has come to me last week or so.
Thank you, Jean. Appreciate the invite.
Yeah.
Denise, Tanisha? Denise, Tanisha, who's anybody going?
Hey, I'll keep mine short and sweet.
Yes.
So I think there are two things that actually AJ brought this to my attention too. I let go of sugar during this process as well.
Oh,
And
wow.
I didn't even realize it until he said it. And it was much easier. I have been trying for a while, but it was much easier to let it go this time. So, and I didn't even think about the connection until he just said it. So that was one. And then two, for me, like when people bring their like drama or negativity into my my space, just being able to get it back out like very quickly, like not allowing it to affect me and my original state before that call comes or before that conversation comes. That has been huge. Like it's been much more tranquil with the way I dismiss. I don't want to say dismiss, that's probably not the right word, but just letting go of other people's stuff, because I'm sensitive and I can wear people's things, their energy, and not having to do that has been really good. So I'm looking forward to round two, mostly because I was behind most of the class. So this time I will be ahead.
Okay, wonderful. You get a head start. And then what else? I just had to share this real quick before we have Sarah from Denise. But like you become like kind of like it's like your force field gets stronger and stuff just bounces off you too.
That's
Instead of being the sponge to absorb it all the time and be empathic to everything, you just become kind of like it like either goes right through you or it just like feels like it bounces off. So
I have noticed that big time.
yeah, thank you for bringing that to our attention. Denise, last but not least. Anything going on? You pay for that car?
Yeah, I did pay for it. It's working great now.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts you'd like to share with us?
I definitely want to do it the next round again. Because I've actually been behind myself. So I definitely want to do some more. And I love everything about the class and the people that participate and everything that they share with us. So it's been such a nice time and enlightening too.
Yeah. Time has flown by, and one thing I do notice at the end of each class, I feel like so much energized and so much brighter myself as a result of being with all of you. So thank you again. It feel like it just did go by very fast, and we'll take our shower as we go, and you will get an email. You will get an email as to when the next round will start. So
oh gosh, I just wanted to say that Denise is my sister. So we would
Yes.
discuss your book in between classes all the time.
Okay, great. It's not my book, but it's our book. Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. But we
Yeah,
would discuss
exactly.
the class
I
a
just want to
lot.
clarify if anybody else hears that. It's like I think he's trying to take care of the book. No, I think
No, but yeah, we always would talk about it, which was great. So you're not the only one that has a sibling in the class.
Oh yes.
All right, Grace, they're ready for the shower.
I thought she was going to do her money thing. Okay.
Did I miss it?
Yep, you did it. You missed
Oh
it.
my
You did it.
God. I was
I missed it too.
Denise talked and then it went right to her. I didn't see it. But anyway, as long as everybody else got it. All right. Thank you so
I thought
much.
it was good.
Thank you all again. We'll see you
Great.
next round. I'm glad to hear a lot of people are going to join the next round, so that's good. It'll be you guys will be lighting up the way for the other new people coming into it. So great, wonderful. Thank you again.
Thank
Good
you.
night, all.
Night.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Good night.
Thank you,
Everybody.
Bangkok.
Good
We'll see
night.
you in the next round.
And Marcy.